No. Hey guys. Today I'm gonna play Reiki and expect to be live because the encoding is super overloaded and I probably need some new RAM storage and a new SSD because, well, I mean, they're like, uh, 16 gigabytes left out of my SSD because the HDD I have was like 600 gigas. It was almost a tera. So like I had a few 200s or 300s left, but now only 16 gigabytes left. So the encoding will probably be overloaded during the stream. So expect there to be lagging in the stream not being so great. Well, I'm gonna play with them at 16. So for now, I'm just gonna keep watching some Jaden animation videos because it's actually quite obsessing. Well,
Stone. I asked a bunch of my friends about their experiences with overworking themselves, and they are all like, "Oh yeah, burnout is torture and can go freaking suck a job."
First, I'm going to react to the dentist one because it's the most one that actually reacted.
My first memory as a child is being strapped down with belts to a chair while a dentist rips out all my teeth as I scream bloody murder against my will. That's not true. But ever since I was little, I've had a really intense fear of the dentist. I'm not sure why. I mean, yeah, going to the dentist is a bit freaky, but even as an adult, I understand the fact that I'm not in any danger, and the dentist is just trying to pick out bits of plaque I've built up over the past 6 months. If anything, I should be scared of how much they charge.
You just have to type awesome again. Boom.
Even though I know this, my body still shakes uncontrollably when they do anything more than floss my teeth, which is still kind of scary because they're always so aggressive about it. Every memory I have of going to the dentist while I was a kid is filled with me just bawling my eyes out during the entire process, and then getting a little toy from their toy machine because I was, quote, so good. I mean, you're not fooling anyone. Even I knew that was just a load of bull. No, I still want it. When I was in 6th grade, my parents decided to finally slap some braces on my mouth.
Oh God,
my teeth were pretty straight, but I had an overbite, so I just looked like a nice horse. My mom made an appointment with the orthodontist to talk about the process, and while there, he told me I've still got 5 baby teeth, and I'll need to pull them out before I get braces for common sense purposes. So they sent me out, and I basically had a month to pull out all 5 teeth before they were gonna have to rip them out for me, which I did not like the idea of. The imagery
the bottom tooth because the bottom part of it just wasn't disintegrating. But they actually didn't stick a needle. Get out of my backpack! They actually didn't stick a needle in my mouth. Instead they just put something that is basically an aesthetic in your mouth. But instead of it being an aesthetic, you literally just put in some cotton, pass it in, it will make your mouth numb. You don't need to stick them out. You don't need to stick a freaking big ass needle in. I don't think so.
3 of them sticking a needle in my mouth fueled both my.
Also, I took 2 of the bottom ones.
My motivation and intense, overwhelming fear, and I wiggled those 5 baby boys every single day since that meeting. A few of them weren't even wiggling yet, so it was gonna be a race against the clock. Does anyone want to get into a fight? By the end of the month, I managed to pull out 3 teeth on my own. A PB. But it wasn't enough, which meant my mom was gonna have to schedule that dreaded nightmare appointment where they were gonna shove needles down my throat. I was in the living room and could hear her make the call, which made my stomach sink, and I felt petrified that doomsday was going to be my reality in a few days.
It's not doomsday yet. Braces are doomsday. I didn't get braces yet, but I can't actually believe that it's fucking doomsday. And I'm gonna look very hideous.
I could hear them preparing all 100 needles and barbed wire.
Once again, I don't think you need barbed wire to do that.
Over the phone. That little reality check was enough to fear charge me and
also, I also didn't get my wisdom teeth removed yet, but somehow someone managed to get an image of it, and that's That's how they remove your wisdom teeth. They carve a big ass hole on your mouth. You can literally see the muscles pumping inside it. No. Whatever it is, I don't want to be sedated. No. I don't want to be sedated. I know that I don't want to feel it, but no sedation. I freaking hate it. Numbing and engaging, yes. Tissue removal, bone removal, losing and teeth. Basically, I think you like just form a big ass hole in there. You split the tooth in half, and then you grab off of the pieces. Then put some stitches in it, and then recover. Anyways.
To new power levels, because maybe an hour or two after she confirmed the appointment with the orthodontist, I'd ripped out the last two of my teeth.
She probably got into a fight, lol.
Conversation where my mom had to cancel the extraction appointment 2 hours after she booked it was the biggest feeling of relief I've ever had. She also ended up paying me $75 because she said I just saved her like $500 for yanking the teeth out myself and not having to pay the dentist to do it. Wow. The tooth fairy been scamming me for years. What a happy ending to the story. Jaden went on to never have anything scary done to her teeth.
Yeah, he's doing work. Just ignore it.
She continued to live a happy life, only needing to go to the dentist for cleanings and no freaky mouth procedures for the rest of her days. She got her horse teeth fixed and the rest is history.
It's not the end yet.
So last year in June, I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out. My wisdom teeth had been growing in and shoving their aggressiveness into the sweet harmony of my existing teeth for a few years.
I think wisdom teeth were made for like...
Não, aqui em Niterói onde eu tô, tá um calor e porra, tem sol pra cada um, né?
Yeah. They were actually used.
My mom intended to get them removed when I turned 18, but I think she forgot, and I thought I could get away with it, but they were starting to get really painful and annoying. One was coming in sideways, which made my gums get...
Actually, sometimes I just chew food on the left side of my mouth because I kind of just enjoy it and I'm a little bit curious about it. Because like, if I eat French fries on the right side of my mouth, it tastes good, but on the left side, it tastes a little bit different.
Get in the way while I ate, which made me only chew food on the left side of my mouth for like a whole year. I'd had enough and figured I just needed to get it over with and have them ripped out. I scheduled an appointment to get them removed on June 11th and braced for impact the rest of the week. Before the extraction, they wanted to have a meeting with me to discuss the process of what they're doing and how they're doing it. They put on one of those 90s informational videos and everything seemed fine until we got to the part where it was talking about sedation. In the video, they said that some sort of gas is used to induce conscious sedation, the kind that makes you really loopy and not remember anything. But then the nurse piped in.
I mean, once again, I just wanted to feel numb. I don't want to be asleep or something. But I just wanted to feel numb. I don't want to feel anything about them just sealing my tooth open. No. Oh, fuck.
And said, we don't do that here. And let the video continue. So what? I'm just gonna be fully conscious while you needle and drill and probe my mouth?
And she's just there like, hello, and I don't care about your opinions.
Answer the question! After the video, I said, so is there a way I can be at least semi-unconscious for this? The nurse prescribed me medication called Valium that'll help calm...
Oh!
Mais uma herança do Rafael da hora. Eu quero ver até quando vai ficar aparecendo filhos desse aí. Okay.
It's called diazepam here.
E tem mais coisas de São Paulo, tô mais calmo.
60 molecules of carbon, 13 molecules of hydrogen, 2 molecules of whatever the hell this is, and 1 molecule of oxygen. Wow. Wow. I just gotta wait for them.
Calm me down, which was relieving to hear. All I wanted was to not be conscious. I picked it up and the day came. Excited to not be conscious. My roommate and I got into the car to take me to the appointment, and that's when it really sunk in. This medication isn't doing anything for me, and I am extremely conscious. Do you have any chloroform? Apparently, Valium's supposed to relax you enough so that you're awake, but don't really care what's happening. But by the time the dentist was calling me back to the chair, my nerves were still going haywire. Proof of consciousness. I desperately asked the dentist if I could take another one because one pill wasn't doing enough for me, but she said I'll be fine. Okay. They leaned me back in the chair, put that mouth opener thing in my mouth, put sunglasses on me so I don't hurt my sensitive little eyes, and put the first needle into my mouth. And that's when I couldn't hold it anymore. Fear was overwhelming me the entire day, but that was the moment it really got me. Tears burst down my face, and I was trying desperately not to make that annoying
You're brilliant.
noise when you're trying not to cry too hard, but you need to breathe, but you breathe too much. I kept apologizing because I knew physically I was fine. There wasn't any pain I couldn't tolerate. They hadn't really done anything yet, and I was being irrational. But just the idea that I was awake and present was so intense, and I couldn't handle it.
Todo mundo sabe onde que tá.
I didn't do that, but I wanted to. I was able to compose myself after a few minutes, and they kept going, but the sounds of them sawing my tooth in half and yanking it out of my gums, and God knows what else, probably just playing tic-tac-toe with needles in there for the heck of it, was horrifying. I'm not scared of much, and I'm relatively reasonable for the most part, so it was really surprising and eye-opening to feel genuine, uncontrollable fear. Like, my head told me things were okay, but my body was freaking out, and then my head was like, dude, chill, and then my body was like... All in all, everything went well, and I was able to go home after they finished up a few hours later. Since I wasn't drugged up and just super numb, I didn't have much recovery to deal with other than swelling, and I kind of just chilled for the rest of the day watching YouTube videos. The dentist even told me I can eat normal food and wasn't restricted to just soup as long as I was careful. They ordered a smoothie bowl to my house, and when I opened the door to take it from the guy, I didn't realize until afterwards I had blood dripping out of my mouth, so luckily he didn't call the police. I was trying with 100% focus to not bite my tongue because I couldn't feel it at all in my mouth and was at high risk for just biting a chunk of it off without knowing. The smoothie bowl had sliced strawberries on top, and you don't realize how much sliced strawberries resemble the texture and sound of biting into a tongue until you don't know where your tongue is in your mouth and also can't feel anything. Is that my tongue?
É. Sabe doideira que a gente fez no Rio de Janeiro?
If I had to get my wisdom teeth out again, I highly doubt I'd be this freaked out about it. The hardest part was just not knowing what was going to happen and not being able to brace for it. But afterwards, it was like, that wasn't too bad. But also, thanks the holy merciful God that I don't need to do that again.
Then I guess you're fucked.
So, I've got an update.
The worst thing that's ever happened to me.
So imagine this. It's Christmas Eve. You're getting ready for bed and everything is prepared for the perfect Christmas morning. Chestnuts are roasting on an open fire. The cookies are out. The house is silent and calm. Everyone has the standard things on their Christmas list. Puppies, Nintendo Switches, her father to finally find milk. But yours is different. All your life you've loved and have been fascinated by insects. You were teased in school for catching ladybugs in the bushes, ostracized from everyone for gleefully watching the grasshoppers. You've spent years trying to repress your love for bugs, but you're finally embracing it. This year is different. You're going to ask Santa for the one thing that brings you joy in life. Ants. You tuck yourself into bed, awaiting the early morning to see if your wish comes true. And as you're thinking about parenting your future ants, your eyelids feel heavy as you drift off to sleep. You don't know how many hours have passed, but you're suddenly awakened by a strange sensation. Your body is burning, flaring up, itching everywhere. The worst itching you've ever experienced in your life. What's happening? Is it a Christmas miracle? Did you finally receive the ants you were desperately hoping for? Your skin is getting more and more itchy by the second. You're in the most discomfort you've ever felt, and you feel like you're gonna cry from pain. No doubt about it. Ants. All over. You rip open the sheets to find... oh, it's not a whole colony of ants attacking you. It's hives. So back to me. I've never had hives until last December, and it was the worst thing that's ever physically happened to me. Around the night of the 21st, I was relaxing and playing video games on my couch. Ari was on me because it's snuggly and nice, but about an hour or so in, I started feeling itchy around my neck and shoulders where he'd been sitting. I didn't think much of it, but when I was getting ready for bed, I realized the area that was itchy was actually kind of red. On paper, that seems a bit like, oh, that's not really normal, but you scratch yourself all the time and get a bit red. I just thought, Ari's nails are probably a bit too long and irritated my skin. I'll have to cut them tomorrow. And left it at that. 4 a.m., I'm woken up by more itching. I itched it, and it got double itchy.
I'm a new
right? I went to the bathroom to see what was up, and the area that was irritated before was even more red, and maybe a bit bigger this time. I can't remember. It was 4 a.m. I was like, that's not great. And then went back to bed. I mean, there wasn't anything I could do about it. I didn't have any anti-itch cream or anything. All I've got is an expired bottle of mini ibuprofens and a dried out cleaning wipe. The next morning, after a bad night's sleep, I got out of bed and whoop, it spread to my back. Yep, this is not good. Did I do anything about it? Nope. I was like, well, I sure hope this cures itself somehow. I'm gonna go to work now. But after like an hour of sweating from discomfort and getting nothing done, I decided, yeah, I should probably go to urgent care. So I went to urgent care. Have you eaten anything new or that you're allergic to? No. Have you taken any medication that's new or you're allergic to? No. Have you been bitten by any bugs you might be allergic to? No. Looks like dermatitis. So I got a dermatitis diagnosis, picked up the pills and lotion he prescribed me, and by the time I got home, I was so itchy it started to feel like actual pain. I ran into my room and immediately took the medication and started hoping I would feel better soon. All I could do was lay on my bed and do nothing because every time I moved or touched something, it would send shocks of pain and irritation down my body. And I preferred not to have that. I decided to call my friend to tell them what was happening, to keep my mind off everything, and use them for moral support because I was going crazy. After maybe an hour, I was like, actually, I think I feel absolutely worse. Everywhere I put the lotion was even more red and itchy. It was spreading to my legs and hands, and I felt like I provoked the devil. This must be the karma for swearing that one time. I told my friend, I'm in so much pain and discomfort, I can't think straight, and I've been sitting on the floor not being able to move for 30 minutes. What should I do? Go to the hospital? You think so? Yes, go to the hospital. I don't know, maybe if I just wait a bit more. Go to the hospital. Okay. I arrived at the hospital and hobbled in the best I could because the feeling of my shoes and clothes rubbing against my skin made me want to cry. They were really busy, so I had to sit on a bench in a hallway for about an hour. I was finally taken to a bed, given a shot along with a mystery pill, and about 40 minutes later, I felt better. But they kept me there for 4 more hours just to be safe. By the time I got home, I was sighing with relief. It felt so good to not be in total body pain and wanting to claw my skin off. I'd forgotten that feeling. The hospital gave me a new prescription because they were like, pretty sure you have hives, not dermatitis. But I didn't get it filled because it was late and I figured I could just get the new medication tomorrow since I was feeling alright. The good thing was I was feeling better and had the right diagnosis. But the scary thing that got me worried was this all started when Ari was on me. The flare-up started in the exact area he was sitting on the other night, so if I hadn't eaten or done anything different from my usual day-to-day life, could that mean I developed a really bad allergic reaction to him? So that terrified me a bit. Anyways, I had plans to see my family for Christmas and was worried that I'd have to miss my flight because of this, but things seemed all good now. 1 a.m., woke up, itchy. It was back and ready to absolutely just kick my teeth in. I wasn't freed from this hive's curse. I'd only escaped its grasp for a few hours. It wasn't at its worst yet, but I knew it wouldn't take long to get there, so I raced to the nearest 24-hour pharmacy to pick up my new prescription, took it, and then just got an Uber to the airport because I couldn't sleep. Early flight? Not really. I'm just getting there early. Well, it's always good to be early for flights. When is it? 3 p.m.
Use the basement key.
I tried to get a bit of sleep in the airport, but it didn't work. The good thing was that the prescription was doing a relatively good job at keeping back the hives. I could still feel the itchy, but it was like muffled, if that makes sense. I got on my flight no problems and landed in Arizona to my very calm parents who were like, "Hives? Are you okay? How'd you get hives? Are you okay?" The hives had been manageable the whole day until I was getting ready to go to bed and they started flaring up again. This time worse than ever. I thought I'd experienced pain before, but the hives were mocking me. The previous ones were teasers. This time they were dishing up the main course. Everything was put into mega gear, served up on the grill of Gordon Ramsay himself. See if you like this, bitch. Off to the hospital we went, 12 o'clock at night. We arrived at a normal hospital first, and by the time we arrived, I could barely walk. I was in so much pain and agony. I shuffled in, hunched over like I was 95 years old and about to just fall over and turn to dust immediately. Also, I was actually crying at this point. No, oh, I'm gonna cry, this hurts. Nah, this time was like, yeah, time to cry now. I wasn't having a good time. We sat there for maybe 40 minutes and no one was helping us, so my dad asked how long they estimated the wait would be, to which they said an hour, so we were like, my dad decided to take me to a local urgent care because they've got a family friend who works there. It was more familiar and also probably less busy. We arrived and had a bit of a wait, but I was finally admitted into a room. The doctor walked in and was like, "Yep, looks like hives." Stuck me with an EpiPen. I'm lucky enough to not have any really bad allergies like peanuts or something. I know a good amount of people who are like, lol, if I sniff the smallest dust fragment of a peanut, my body will just give up on me. So they have an EpiPen on them at all times. I'm allergic to cats, but they just make me sneeze, so I've never experienced the magic of an EpiPen before. And my god, that thing was like Jesus just being injected straight into my blood. Within seconds, my body started feeling better, and all of my hives cleared up immediately. If you've never almost died from an allergic reaction, I totally hope you have one just so you can experience the magic of an EpiPen. I mean, I hope you never almost die. But I'm just saying, if you do. Anyway, problem solved. The doctor didn't really say anything else. He kind of just gave me the EpiPen and sent me on my way when he saw I was doing better, which, fair enough. I went to bed in relief. Finally, it was all over. I can have a nice Christmas after all with my family and live on in peace.
In case you guys don't know,
8 a.m., woke up, hives all over. This time, I wanted to just close my eyes again and perish. Oh, this one. This was the worst it had ever been. I didn't even know it was possible to experience this level of itchy combined with unbearable pain. I was in awe. It's amazing how absolutely torturous this pain is right now. And I haven't even been stabbed. The day before, when I said it was in mega gear and the main course, I was like, this is what I feel. Give me the appetizer. The main course. Guys, the dessert is a double sandwich.
And destroyed. I repeat that this is not a drill.
This one.
Stay inside. Protect your families.
I was covered
Keep
in
doors locked and windows closed. Use words to secure your windows and doors. The relator is scary Larry. If you see him, you need to run or hide.
Abhorrent and atrocious I felt. The itchiness was so extreme it felt like needles all over. Every time something just grazed my skin, it felt like, yep, it's time to die. See y'all later. Arrived at urgent care, couldn't move, looked like a boiled, diseased shrimp. This time we got Dr. Cruz, our family friend I mentioned earlier. He's super nice and caring and an amazing doctor to go along with it. First of all, I got another EpiPen.
It's not giving me energy.
And then he prescribed me like 4 new medications, none of which I remember the names of. but one of them was steroids. I can now say I've been on steroids before. So yeah, I can probably beat you all in football now. I'll cut the fat and just say the medications Dr. Cruz prescribed me were it. They were the ones that blocked the hives and helped me recover. I've been freed for the first time in 3 days, and they never came back after that. I took some blood tests, and turns out I didn't test positive to any allergic reactions they looked for. I was able to come home, and Ari didn't make a flare up, so I wasn't allergic to him. That was a huge relief. I had to seriously consider if I would have to get rid of Ari if he was the one giving me hives, because I just couldn't live with hives that extreme.
Really?
But it wasn't, so we're good. The only thing we could conclude was it was just caused by a huge buildup of stress. I'd been really busy and burnt out from a bunch of conventions and traveling up until that point, so they said, yeah, stress combined with an immune system glitch is probably what caused it. We don't know what else it could be.
The people was attacked.
Alright. And I haven't had hives since. So moral of the story is take breaks before your immune system turns on you. Because let me tell you, your immune system does not hold back. Just wanted to make this clear. I'm all good now. This happened back in December, and I've been fine ever since, so don't worry. I've been doing well in terms of convention burnout as well. Mainly because I haven't gone to any because they're all canceled, but hey, it works. But yeah, in the future I think I'm gonna have to stop going to some conventions just because it's getting more and more hard to handle them. I enjoy being able to see and meet you guys in person, but yeah, it's getting really hard for me because there are a lot to handle for me mentally and physically. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully it didn't freak you out or anything. I think the reason I hated hives so much is because itchiness is something I cannot handle. I much prefer being in actual pain than being in unbearable itchiness. I don't know if that's a common preference or not. Let me know what you prefer. Alright, see you later.
How would you prefer being unbearably?
Being sick is the pits. I should know, because I'm sick right now. You can probably hear it in my disgusting nasally voice, and I probably shouldn't be recording a YouTube video right now. But you know what? Life stops for no one, and I'm not gonna get left behind. But for real, I was like, I need to get started on the next video, but my voice sounds like I drowned in cheese graters. Whatever. Let's talk about being sick. It's relevant enough. I'm fortunate to have a really good immune system. I never get sick.
I'm going to mainly protect my room. Because
from elementary school through high school, guess how many days I've missed from being sick? Don't guess. I'm gonna tell you anyway. It's 2. And they were back to back, so I was just really dying that one time. I mean, sure, I've gotten sick here and there, and my mom was just like, oh, you're fine, pack your bag, you're going to school. Missing arm? If the lizards can regrow their limbs, so can you. So that number doesn't tell everything, but I think 2 is a pretty good score to have over 12 years. I'm not like a crazy germaphobe, though. I don't go out of my way to avoid being exposed to sickness or actively try to kill any bacteria that may give me some sniffles. Sometimes I forget to wash my hands. I heard that kids who are more exposed to germs and stuff when they were young were able to more efficiently build immunity to them.
That's not gonna be my bed.
So maybe as a kid I just ate a lot of dirt, but even though being sick makes you want to just give up on everything because your eyes are red and your head hurts and you're tired all the time, you can't sleep because your nose is plugged and you can't breathe and everything is agony and life is pain and nothing is worth it in the end. There's some pros that can come from it, like you don't have to share anything.
How did I lose 15?
Because no one wants to share anything with your disgusting diseased self. Do you have a pencil I can borrow? I've got a cold. Never mind. Can I have some of your food? I have the flu. Keep it. You want to hang out? I'm sick. Oh, no, it's okay. We can just sick of your bullcrap. Ah! Being sick is the best excuse to be a bad member of society and get sympathy for it. Any other time, if you were to sleep in till 12 and then stay in bed all day on the computer, people would just think you're really lazy and have no motivation. But if you just say, oh, I was sick, all of a sudden, oh, you poor thing, get better soon. Can I get you anything? Oh, you're such a trooper. It's great. Also, you have the power to claim anything you touch. To each their own, but I also use being sick as an excuse to not talk to anyone because I'm a pathetic shy blob. Good job, immune system. You have failed me. Once as a kid, my brother got pink eye and my family pretty much barricaded him in his room and didn't let him touch anything. It's funny how as soon as someone gets sick, everyone is empathetic towards them, but also kind of treats them like an unpredictable rabid animal. Alright, you just stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I got you some soup. Ah, stay over there. I'll push the bowl to you with
fuck.
feel better soon. I think the worst thing I had growing up was a few migraines here and there. The first time I had a migraine was in 6th grade. I was sitting in class and all of a sudden my eyes started not working. I would look in one direction and I couldn't see anything in my peripheral vision. It was all gray and foggy. And at first I was like, whoa, this is weird. So this is what blind people see. And I was kind of fascinated by it. Then all of a sudden it felt like my brain exploded. I got to go home early. But I don't count that as a sick day because I was at school for the majority of it. If you've never had a migraine, take a moment to just appreciate that. Because they're one of the worst things. There's worse. But they're right. I haven't even had any really bad injuries either. The only serious injury I've had was when I was 9. I'm saying serious because I had to go to the ER, but it's really not that bad. For my birthday one year, my parents got me Heelys. Do you remember those? The shoes with the wheel in them? I didn't specifically ask for them, but after a few months I decided to start trying them out. I'd roll around in the house, up and down the halls, and it was pretty fun. Then one time I decided to take them out on the streets. Our neighborhood was on a slant, so there was a bit of a steep angle to the cul-de-sac, and I was like, this is a good idea. Foreshadowing, it very wasn't. I started going down the road and picking up speed, and like 2/3 of the way down, the tiniest little pebble was like, hey there, friend, and clogged the wheel and threw me forward. I hit my head on the road and opened a huge gash in my chin. My mom was outside talking to our neighbor, so she saw the whole thing and was like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later, Wendy. We're gonna waltz on over to the hospital now. My adrenaline was still pumping super hard, so I didn't feel a thing, and I was like, no, Mom, I'm fine. It's not that bad. I'm okay. But she was like, no, we're going to the hospital. I had to hold a towel over my chin to keep from bleeding all over the car. She didn't let me see the damage at the time, but I asked her about it a bit ago, and she said she didn't want me to see the cut because even she was freaked out about it. This description isn't for the squeamish, but she described it as like another mouth I gashed out of my head. Hey, friend, sorry about all this.
Here.
Okay, yeah, it's probably for the best you didn't let me see that. So I went to the hospital and ended up getting 3 stitches in my chin. When I was waiting for the doctor, a doctor from another... This description to keep from bleeding all over the super hard, so I didn't feel a thing, and so she saw the whole thing and was like, okay, well, I'll talk to you later, Wendy. We're gonna waltz on over to the hospital now. My adrenaline was still pumping super hard, so I didn't feel a thing, and I was like, no, Mom, I'm fine. It's not that bad. I'm okay. But she was like, no, we're going to the hospital. I had to hold a towel over my chin to keep from bleeding all over the car. She didn't let me see the damage at the time, but I asked her about it a bit ago, and she said she didn't want me to see the cut because even she was freaked out about it. This description isn't for the squeamish, but she described it as like another mouth I gashed out of my head. Hey, friend, sorry about all this.
What?
Okay, yeah, it's probably for the best you didn't let me see that. So I went to the hospital and ended up getting 3 stitches in my chin. When I was waiting for the doctor, a doctor from another room walked in to get some water and was like, what are you in for? She hit her chin on the road. Oh, yeah, I've been there before. And he showed us a scar in his chin. And then another doctor overheard from the other room and was like, yep, same story. And he had a scar on his chin. So that was a nice human bonding experience. I didn't know so many doctors had Heelys. When I went to school the next day, I had a bandage on my stitches, and all of my 2 friends were like, whoa, what happened? I hit my chin on the road.
Yes, I can make an apple.
Whoa! And I felt really cool, and it made me want to like break my arm or something to be even cooler. So this video took a lot longer to get done because I've been super busy and time is flying by, and now it's pretty much Christmas. I'm not sick anymore, but I am whispering because it's 5:45 a.m. and I don't want to wake up anyone else in the house. It's weird how it takes being sick to forget how nice it feels to just be normal. Take a big breath through your nose right now. Doesn't that feel nice? Unless you're sick right now. Then do it later, when you're not all gross. But if you can breathe, then enjoy it right now, because one day you'll get sick again and wish you could do that. So it's been a while. The Septile doll got to the contest when they're all safe and sound. Just see the one on my Twitter. There's probably something else I need to quickly say, but I can't think of anything right now. Why does time go by so quickly? I feel like not a lot of people stay for these end cards, so I'm just gonna start rambling. Back when I was in school, it felt like every week dragged along, and now it feels like I have no time to do anything. Probably because school is boring and making YouTube videos isn't, and I've got so much to do all the time. Well, either way, I hope you have a Merry Christmas, or a Happy Hanukkah, or whichever holiday you celebrate. Ari says hi. Also, one of my friends showed me this cool thing he found on Reddit about how to unclog your nose when you're sick and congested. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested. I tried it when I was sick, and it actually worked for a bit. Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, talk to you in 2018. You're never gonna hear from 2017 Jaden ever again. Bye. See ya.
Shit.
Ari, something's telling me people like you more than me. Maybe I'm being irrational. I mean, not to rub it in your face or anything, but it's not called Ari animations. You don't even do anything. I'm the one doing all the animating and work. Don't give me that look. All you do is eat and scream. It doesn't matter or anything. Okay, I'm just gonna run a little experiment for research purposes. It's not a competition, just getting information. Doesn't hurt. Just a bit curious to see if I'm just overanalyzing the... Well, since you all just love Ari so much, why don't we just talk about him? No, I get it. Ari's cute. He's funny. He flings strawberries all over the place. Ari, do you know what today is? It's 1 week past your birthday! Yeah, I was planning on posting this on Ari's actual birthday, but the animation I was working on ended up being done that weekend, so I posted that instead. And don't give me that look. I'm gonna make it up to him by throwing him the best birthday celebration he's ever had in his life.
My friend
literally. Because he has nothing else to compare it to. He turned 1. I can't believe Ari's already a year old. He's growing up so fast. Seems like just yesterday he was still just a baby. Ari, do you remember those days? Do you know what birds look like when they're not weaned yet? Like when they don't have their feathers? Spoiler, helpless bags of flesh and a beak. But they get cute. Birds have, spoiler, helpless bags of flesh and a beak. But they get cute. Birds have the best puberty. Nothing else in the world can go from like a 1 to a solid 12 in a matter of months. Do you want to see Ari's baby pictures? Oh, look at you. I just realized I'm being such a parent and showing baby... Look at you. I just realized I'm being such a parent and showing baby pictures to all your friends and making you embarrassed. But how can I not? So what I wanted to do was bake Ari a cake, but birds shouldn't really have dairy, so I tried to Google if there were bird cakes, and all I found were these seed things, so that's what we're doing, I guess. Okay, so there's 2 that I want to try out, and I'll start with this first one.
Instead of playing breaking again, why don't we just make it...
I don't know. It uses yarn, but I don't have yarn, so we're not doing that. There's also this, like, thing at the top that says, motherhood is an amazing journey. Get it now! And I read it as, motherhood... Get it now. I don't know. Thanks, but I'm good for now. Okay, so it says the supplies is day-old bread, nothing but the best for Ari, peanut butter, and bird seed. And I don't have bird seed, so I'm just gonna use these like seed balls that he likes and just like crush them into their original form. It also says that you need a heart-shaped cookie cutter, but I looked and we don't have a heart-shaped cookie cutter. All I found was this like Santa, I think it's supposed to be, so we're doing birthday Santa.
Okay, I got the snack.
Did that work? Oh, that didn't work. Maybe if I just, okay, you can just rip it off. Pro tip, life tip, and then there's your, there's your birthday Santa. I freaking love peanut butter. Alright, so that looks good, I think. As good as it's gonna get. So now we're gonna crush up the bird seed. Do I have a masher? I don't know if this is gonna work, but this is made for potatoes, so it must work with seeds. Oh, that was so efficient. Holy crap. Look how good that is. Isomerize myself. Sprinkle on that magic. And there you go. Perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. If someone brought that to me on my birthday, I'd be like, how do you know this is exactly what I wanted? I wanted to try this no-bake cookie recipe, it says as well. It says it's for squirrels and birds.
Shut up!
You do, then keep watching, I guess. Okay, so for this one it says you need more peanut butter, rolled oats, some walnuts, and I noticed that they had a missed opportunity to call them wall nuggets, but whatever. And it says yellow cornmeal. Now I didn't have any of this in my pantry, so I had to go out and buy this huge thing of cornmeal. This is the smallest container I could find. It's like this huge, it's a 1 pound thing of cornmeal, and I'm never gonna probably ever use it again. There's recipes on the back, and it says cornmeal mush. That is one attractive food name if I do say so myself. Alright, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter.
I know that parents make you embarrassed, and we all know it.
If there is one, I don't know it. 2 tablespoons of oats. 1, 2. And add the wall nuggets. It says 2. Make sure they're really like small, so I'll have to crunch them. Look at this huge knife. Did you know that walnuts are one of the most healthy nuts you can have? They're high in omega-3s and manganese, and I think it's copper as well. They're good at treating diabetes and cancer. So if anyone says, Jayden, do you have any life tips? Eat some walnuts.
2 seconds. I could find him a life.
Or at least
1
enhance
second.
the quality of it.
Because I would just straight in the bed.
Ari should be thanking me. Nutrition is important, kids. 2 tablespoons of walnuts. I bought all this cornmeal. I only need a tablespoon. Stirring this mixture around. It's kind of clunky.
I'm actually kind of wondering.
Watched Blue's Clues as a kid.
Bambi never takes off his
Salt
hat.
and pepper guys would be like, mixa, mixa, mixa. That's what I feel like right now.
So
Oh
I'm
shoot, it
actually
said to
kinda
microwave the peanut butter. I wonder if it's too late for that.
Bambi's
now.
hat
You know what? I'll
actually
take my chance.
one of Bambi's body parts.
That really didn't do much. Wasted 20 seconds of my time. And
Gotta
then
make
it says just
this a little
scoop 'em
bigger.
scoop them into little balls. It feels like sand. What if I just gave it to Ari like this? Here you go. Happy birthday. It's really hard to like squish them into. What if I made it into cubes?
Yeah,
Or
it's
bellies
good.
like that? You thought I was gonna follow the recipe? Nope. That's all I'm doing for now. I'm gonna arrange it all pretty like 10 minutes ago.
In the house. Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
I think we don't get in the house. Probably gonna get banned.
Leave us alone, we're having a birthday party. Sparks Relix or whatever it was. I spent all this time. You know, this is all kind of like just normal edible food, so I'm kind of curious if it's actually good. I mean, it's just peanut butter and oats. It's what you would expect. I forgot the bread was a day old. Honestly, it's not bad. You're being a brat. People are gonna say, Jayden, you ate bird food. It's seeds and peanut butter and bread. Come on.
You know, Ari's a simple bird. He doesn't need all this fancy seed stuff to have a good birthday treat. What makes him happy is fruit.
I cut up some fruit, and I know he'll like this instead. Like, he's already so excited. He's like, oh my god, fruit. Here's an apple. Yeah, that's much better, isn't it? And then strawberries. He likes to just eat
I'm
the
gonna make
seeds
him
off the
choke later.
A bad example. I was gonna say
now-
he likes to just like pick the seeds off the top first.
Just
Just gotta make a liar out of me. I always just give it to him in cubes, but I kind of want to know what he does if I just give him the whole apple. Ari eats that. I also got a dragon fruit. I've never had dragon fruit, but it looks beautiful. Now, I've also seen that the flavor
I got dragon fruit one day,
and kind of like not
but actually
good.
tastes like
I'm gonna be the judge of that.
It's pretty
Don't
much
cut it, cut it.
tasteless.
So I think I'm just gonna slice right through it. Look at that! That's so pretty! Beautiful! I actually think Ari would like this a lot because it's got like seeds in it and he loves seeds. So I'm gonna let him eat it first because it's his birthday. He went around the edge. Wanna try some? Oh, he's a bit scared. He's like, the frick is that, Jayden? Last chance.
Put it up a bit.
Seeds, I think you'd like it. Just give it a shot. So
It's okay. The little seeds kind of taste, they remind me of sesame seeds, which is, it's okay. It's like sesame with a little bit of sweetness. It's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't buy it again, and it definitely wasn't worth $6, might I add.
Blackberries are his favorite, but I hate giving them to him because what he does is he rips them up and flings all the juice and seeds all over the place.
You'll see.
Look at this wall.
Talking about
Are you happy with yourself, mister?
Actually, I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't know Ari's gender. Okay, so here's the thing, alright? For birds, well, at least for green cheek conures, which is what Ari is, the only way you can really tell if they're a boy or a girl is to get a DNA test. There's literally no other difference, unless it's too late and you've got a bunch of eggs all over the place. And a test costs $25. So you know what? Ari doesn't need some test to tell him her what they are. Whatever label it wants to give itself, I will love her no matter what. As Bill Nye says, gender is a spectrum. It's 2017, we're a progressive era. You know that meme where it's like, I identify as an attack helicopter? Ari can literally be that if he wants. I see people asking me all the time, wait, is Ari a boy? What's Ari's gender? First of all, hasn't Tumblr taught you that gender is irrelevant? And second, all of them. We don't assume here. So Jaden, since Ari's all grown up, have you taught him any tricks? Yeah, of course.
Go potty. Good bird.
Ari doesn't have any friends except me, so I can't throw him a birthday party, but he loves taking baths, so we're gonna throw him a birthday shower. Sounds lame, but it's not, okay?
Have you ever seen a bird take a bath? You look like a drowned rat. Yay!
Actually, just enjoy the whole entire
bath.
You know what Ari also likes to do? Push everything they can off tables and counters. Look.
There's water in there. I gotta clean this up. Oh, look at...
I hope you had a good birthday, dude. You're officially 1 year old now. People always Google what rights you get when you turn like 18 or 21. Well, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. If you were a human, you'd be standing up on your own. Here's to another year. Jaden, I thought Ari was a doggo. Here's the thing. We don't assume species either. Just let Ari be Ari. That's all that matters. Ooh.
Hey, wait a second. Ari's birthday? You made this video last year.
Yeah. It's late April, so you know what that means. Taxes! And Ari's birth. I made a birthday video last year, but you don't just celebrate a birthday once when you turn 1, and then never again. We'd all forget how old we are. Ari can't count, so I'll keep track for him. You're at 2. The first few weeks of Ari's arrival are what I like to call learning and panicking weeks. You're filled with nothing but love and anxiety. The two most different, yet similar emotions in the world. Like when you get a new phone and for the first little bit you're afraid to even set it down on the counter because it might get scratched. But then in a month you don't care anymore and you just toss it across rooms. It's like that, but with a living being. Once during the learning and panicking weeks, I was giving Ari some peanut butter on a spoon, and somehow some peanut butter got stuck in his little nose hole. And I was so paranoid about everything, like, what if it's stuck? What if it gets infected? What if it goes into his head and clogs with bird vein and all he can see is peanut butter? I freaked myself out and ended up Googling how to get peanut butter out of your bird's nose. There wasn't any information on the topic, surprisingly, and as I was looking up what the scientific term for bird nostril was, he sneezed it out. I've been researching and wanting an Ari since I was 12, but I'm still learning new things about them all the time. All you out there who have a bird probably definitely know what I'm gonna get into here, but I'm gonna enlighten the rest of you about a little bird thing called a morning poop. This is all learned through personal experience. Ari was finally starting to warm up to me, and eventually it got to the point where he was comfortable stepping on my finger and playing and stuff. So one morning I took off the blanket on his cage and said good morning like I always do. He was excited to start the new day, and I let him out onto my bed. He walked around and quacked a bit, and then took the biggest frickin' poop I've ever seen come out of a bird. What the crap is this, Ari? What the frick? There's no possible way a giant mountain poop can even come out of this 2-ounce bird child's bird hole. Ari poops are normally like the size of a fingernail, but this one was like a spoonful. Don't try to envision it too much. Do birds take giant poops in the morning, or did he just lay a poop egg? Birds choose not to poop where or while they sleep, which means it builds up during the night. Depending on the type of bird, they can poop between 15 to up to 40 or 50 times a day. So in the morning, they just immediately drop 12 hours worth of built-up poop, which is like 90% ew. But being real, can you imagine how amazing that must feel? Just wake up, take a poop the size of a baby, and start your day feeling light and ready for anything. Anyway, so that was a learning experience, and I made a mental note, make sure Ari morning poops before being taken out of the cage. A couple weeks later, it's the start of a new day. I'm working at my computer, and my mom walks in to say good morning to Ari. I wasn't paying too much attention as she took him out of the cage and onto the desk, and all of a sudden, Vietnam flashbacks. Wait, did he... Did he just poop all his guts out? No, I forgot to warn you about morning poops. What? Can you clean this up? Ha! No, it's your bird. So that's morning poops to us 0. But we haven't striked out yet. Struck out. Fast forward a month or two, and I had my parents watch Ari because I was going out of town for a bit. Ari was more social back then, so he let my parents pick him up. He hates everyone now. I got back, and my mom said everything was fine, except one day, Dad took him out into the kitchen while she was eating breakfast. She looked over. No, wait, you... Ugh. The good thing is, once you learn the hard way, you never forget. You never forget your first morning poop. Enough about morning poops, more birth celebration. I don't come here very often because I don't get invited to parties. I'm throwing a birthday for a bird. Is there any aisles you have for that?
We have birthday aisles.
Are you ready for a surprise? Look at this! Just for you! What do you think? Oh, I'm scared. I think this is too much for a bird. But he's my child. I got a pin just for you. I think it suits you very much. I didn't get you a cake because you can't eat it. So I'm gonna give you a seed ball. Want a seed ball? This lighting is horrible. He actually hates me. What do you think? There's also like this pig thing, and I thought it was really cute. So I got it. It said to throw it at the wall, so I'm gonna. Same. Grammy also got you a present. Gonna open it? It's a toy! Okay, he's just gonna try and get all the seeds off the table. Ari knows what's up. This is the only reason he likes me. Ah! Happy birthday, Ari! Yay! Obviously, Ari is living the life of luxury here, but it really sucks because a lot of birds are in really bad homes and are being mistreated. My heart hurts to think that Ari could have ended up with someone who doesn't care or neglects him. Tiny cage, no toys, broken heart. no peanut butter to get stuck in his nose. It's the horrible truth for a lot of birds, but there's hope for some of them. My friend Anika works at a bird rescue in Tempe, and it takes in birds that owners can't take care of anymore, or that are being relocated from bad homes, or that are just suffering. I've been to the rescue, and besides the extreme constant bird screaming, it was fun to see all the feather buddies. There's Murphy the cockatoo, who's the rescue's mascot and everyone loves him, and Pistachio, the super nice bird friend that helps children and people get comfortable with holding birds, and this little buddy's Junior, who was rescued from an absolutely horrible household. He plucked out almost all of his feathers from stress and anxiety of his previous owner, but is making a great recovery, and despite the abuse, still loves people and being the center of attention. Oh, he's a little chicken. The bird rescue is so great, but since it's based on volunteer work, it doesn't make much profit on its own. Anika and the owners want to renovate and upgrade the place a bit to care for more birds, and we're hoping to start a fundraiser to help them. And I was like, I want to help save birds because I love them probably more than people, so I'm donating $1,000 to the rescue and informing you about it as well. They're such great people doing such great things, and I want to support things I believe in. If you want to help out a bunch of Aries, the rescue and many bird friends will be very thankful. Even if it's something small like $1 or just sharing it with other people. Little things like that go a long way with enough teamwork. My friend Sarah from Simply Sarah Art is super crazy wicked talented and made this awesome spray paint of Ari. You can go to her channel and see how she made it to prove that she's an absolute prodigy. And she offered to help with the fundraiser and is giving one away. Sarah, how are you so good? If you donate at least $10 to the rescue, you'll be entered into a raffle to get the chance to win this beautiful Ari portrait. Also, since I bought this party dog and realized I have no use for it, I'm gonna just give that away too. It says you can write on it, so I'll write anything you want. And this is the first Ari plush ever made. It's the only one in the world that looks like this. Whoa! Because it wasn't good enough. We made changes to the real Aries, so they look different, but I bet someone would think it's cool, so that's going too. Also, 10 random donors get a signed postcard from me. Why? Because I have a few extra from signing cards and I want to get rid of them. Happy birthday to Ari, the 2-year-old brat, and cheers to all the other Aries out there. I wish you all happy lives filled with a lot of peanut butter.
Really, really funny.
Yeah?
Miss Victoria is my classmate.
Pretty bird. Yeah, pretty
Nobody asked.
Pretty bird. Murphy! Murphy is the pretty bird. Pretty bird. Murphy is the pretty bird. Pretty birdie, a pretty birdie. Murphy is a pretty bird. Pretty bird. Murphy is a pretty bird.
And now a lot of people are saying,
yay, Murphy! Yay, Murphy!
She just said a hashtag golden tickets because she wants Tix to be back, and we all do. Tix was the currency that she got.
It's that time of year again. Ari turns 3 this year, which means he'll be dead in approximately 27 years if all goes according to plan. The clock's ticking, Ari. When are you gonna get a job? But for now, we can just focus on giving him a good birthday. Since he's still just a wee lad, he hasn't accomplished much yet. And the world is full of amazing treasures to be experienced, like making friends, or, I don't know, going to a park.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, look at you go.
Wow, look at you! Now wasn't that fun? Getting back to the making friends part, believe it or not, Ari's actually made another bird friend. He's not as socially inept as I thought, since he hates everything but bells and spaghetti. My buddies Jordan and Kelsey also have a bird named Baby Jim, so when the two of them met, they became instant best friends. They snuggle and get each other's pin feathers and poop on my computer together. They're practically inseparable, and it's frickin' adorable. Except for the double poop. That part is not as good. Since it's Ari's special day, I thought we could make a nice dinner for them to celebrate together. I invited Jordan, Kelsey, and Joel too, but Joel, you're uninvited because I forgot Ari doesn't like you. Careful. Get a bunch of party stuff. So, Jordan, you're working on the spaghetti, so maybe Kelsey and I we can decorate the table. Alright. Get confetti. I'm gonna sprinkle some on the table.
Well, I want to open it gently. I don't want
No!
Jordan, what's your spaghetti secret?
Garlic bread.
I got a lot of candles. They only came in packs of 24. Oh, it's the fanciest thing Ari's ever gonna be a part of. Oh, it's so cute! Ari. Don't get on the table. Oh no!
You're confetti in your spaghetti.
Wanna see it? No, it's spaghetti. Oh oh no! You want spaghetti?
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Oh, it's a good party after all.
Oh, good boy.
Oh, it's like Lady and the Tramp.
He's got spaghetti on his wing. Right here.
Does he?
Yeah. I want to see what happens when you meet him.
Oh, Ari just took the whole thing. Maybe it's time for cake. It's a bird cake. Want to know how I got the candle in? Oh, nope. Do you want to try and eat it?
It's like a UFO. Hey.
I'm eating styrofoam. It's good.
See, now you like it.
Oh, he's good.
Look at Ari, he's got his piece too.
Pretend that they're eating right next to each other.
There you go.
What if we take the plate away? Maybe he doesn't like gay. Oh, there we go. Get it. Get it, baby Jim.
Why is there a staple? Ari, why do you have a staple? Want the toy? Why are you on the floor? Come here. Where are you going? Last year, we supported a local bird rescue with helping fund their renovations, which they were really thankful for. I followed up with Anika, who works there, and she said with the donations, they were able to revamp the electrical work and AC to be more stable, and are in the process of building more aviaries and a shed for extra storage. I was blown away with how much we were able to help, and I want to do something like that again this year. This time, I want to help out the Bird Gardens of Naples. They're a non-profit Florida-based organization that takes care of birds that need a home and prioritize education on general bird knowledge and care. They put a lot of time and effort into caring for the birds they have, and all the donations they receive get put back into the birds through vet bills, flight cages, toys, renovations. I asked them to set up a GoFundMe for this occasion, and if you donate at least $10 to it, you'll be entered into a raffle to win a special Ari's birthday shirt or an Ari plush. I'm giving away 20 shirts and 10 plushes, and they all come with a signed card. I've also donated $1,000 to the rescue as well. If you can't donate or want to do more, there's links on their website to volunteer, adopt or sponsor a bird, or just tour the sanctuary. I hope Ari enjoyed his birthday, even though he's a little brat poopy bite toddler. He's my buddy, and I love him very much. Hopefully we can celebrate by doing good things for the birds and eating spaghetti. Merry Christmas, everyone! And if you don't celebrate, then happy normal day for you. Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I hope you all had a great holiday season. This is actually a very special year because it's the first time Ari's been alive for Christmas. Happy being alive for Christmas, Ari. We can't forget little old Ari, even though he's a brat. So we're all gonna share Ari's first Christmas together. Yay! Ari, look what you got! You wanna open that one first? No, open it like on the blanket. Oh, it's a bear! Look at you. I'm just chewing on the strings. Let's open this one next. This one sounds good. Oh, you like the jingle ball? Can you say thank you? No? Rude. Let's look what's inside this one. Come on. What are you doing? No, it's not. Why are you running away? Take the gift. Ari, what's the matter? Don't you like clothes? We can put that on later. Alright, we've got one more present. Ari loves these like little bagels, so I got a bunch of them for him. Got a bagel? Why are you walking like that? There you go. Ari loves bagels, or loops. I don't know what you call them. Ari loves to look out the window. So we got a nice little perch for him. And look, he's looking at the rain. Of course it would be snow somewhere else, but we get rain. Say Merry Christmas.
Now, these weren't all the gifts we got for Christmas. A very special cinnamon roll sent us some presents as well. Santa Senpai Weeaboo Misaki is back, everyone. He actually messaged me again after iDubbbz called my Samurai Buyer video.
Pretty good.
And wanted to do another. He's asked me before if we could collaborate again, and I wasn't planning on doing another one, even though you all seemed to enjoy the first video. But then the idea came to my mind that he could send us some Christmas gifts. I asked Weeaboo if he wanted to say another message to the people, and this is what he sent me.
Hi guys, this is Weeaboo Misaki from Samurai Buyer. Merry Christmas, guys, and Merry Christmas to Jaden Animation and her pets, Ellie. Come to my website. You will see a bunch of Weeaboo Japanese merchandise. Thank you.
Isn't he sweet? Everyone loves Misaki. Right, let's get into the box.
Misaki sent us a nice box too, and there's like these cute little dogs on it. You like them? Alright, let's get into the box. Merry Christmas. What did he send us? Oh, that's kind of creepy. Merry Christmas. Let's look at this. This looks pretty. Oh, it's a mug. What do you think? No? I think it's cute. Alright, let's see what else is in here. Is this one of those, like, Japanese banks that, like, you press the button and then the thing opens? Do I need batteries? I got batteries later. Wow, we're getting a bunch of mugs. Okay. Like this one more? Do you have any input at all? I don't know what any of these things are. I don't really watch too much anime. Are these like wallets? What was that? Where are you? What are you doing? If you like this sort of stuff, then more power to you. I have no clue. Alright, I got 3. What in the world? This is terrifying. So it looks like it's a stuffed animal, but it came with instructions. I'm not gonna listen to those. I'll grab it like this. What the? There's more battery stuff? Ugh. I got batteries for this thing. I got some coins. I gotta turn it on. Yeah, I've seen... You done? Yeah, I've seen these things before. I didn't know there was like a Pokemon one. I don't know, that little hand is kind of really creepy. Look at it. It doesn't even look connected. What the heck? I also got batteries for this thing. Let's see what this guy's gonna do. Keep saying not to grab it by the head, but do I turn it on? Do I squish his head down? I don't know Japanese. Is this all the instructions? Or is this all the, like, hazards? Is this Saki gonna kill me with this bear? Actually, it kind of looks like it will. So, like, I don't get it. What do you want? What do you want? Ah! What was that? I got. Oh. I see what this is. That seriously jump scared me. Stop interrupting me. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this thing. I don't want this. What do you think? Oh, stop. It's not even doing it like good. It's like terrifying. I can't even say anything. Turn off. It didn't even do it like good. It's just like. So this is the Misaki Hall. Not as good as the other one. There's a serious lack of ducks, and even Ari's afraid of this thing. Merry Christmas, Ari. Oh, are you eating that? No.
I hope you all had a great season. I'd say I hope you all had a good 2016, but we all know that was an absolute train wreck. Here's to another year together, and I hope we all don't implode as a society next year.
I've been on YouTube for a bit now. My 3-year anniversary is July 23rd, which might not seem like much compared to other